Hey guys, welcome back. In this tutorial, we're going to learn the switch statement and the ternary operator. If you remember, an if statement is like this. If 10 is greater than 1, um, echo true, else echo false. And by the way, when you just do true and false, these return Boolean values. So we should get a 1. Okay. Anyways, a ternary operator is a lot the same. You start out with a variable, so let's just say age equals, okay, and this is the thing that it evaluates. So evaluates question mark if that's true or if it's false. So that might look a little confusing. If I put that in my if statement, we could put evaluates, here's the true and here's the false. Okay, it looks just like this. So we would do it kind of like this. Let's say if 10 is greater than 1, question mark, um, say true, else false. And this is something that you should probably note down. You don't need to really memorize it right now off the bat. But it'd be good to take a note and remember it for later because you're going to find it pretty convenient. So if we echo age, we should get true. There we go. That's pretty easy. Now, I know the question mark and the colon seem a little confusing. Like sometimes when I first tried to remember it, I'd always get the colon and question mark mixed up. Just remember, like in the URLs, like when we do a request, it always first starts with a question mark. And further variables are done with the and sign. Like that. Sorry for the typos. Um, So, this isn't something you really need to be too worried about or memorizing, but just jot it down. The switch statement is similar to an if statement. Uh, if something, let's just say if 10 is greater than 1, echo true. Okay. Now a switch statement looks like this. Switch, like that. A lot like an if statement. Inside the switch thing is the thing that we're going to run comparisons on. So you do let's just say age, make a variable age equals 10, and this has a bunch of cases. So you do case 10, and you can do the result here like echo 10. You can do case 12, echo 12, case dog, echo dog. And for example, if we run this, we get, whoops, we get 10, 12, and dog. And that is probably because we didn't break it. And so it goes, is case 10 true, is case 12 true, is case dog true. Here's what happens if we break it on 12. Sorry. It'll stop there. So you want to break these. Break. So we're switching 10. Really, this shouldn't be giving us 12. I'm not exactly sure why it did that. There we go. I guess you have to put those, you have to put the values in quotes for this. So sorry for the confusion. Now if we don't break it, unlike an if statement, if something matches, like if age equals 10, echo 10, else if age equals or let's just say if else if 10 equals 10, echo yeah. You see, we'll get 10, but once one if item happens, it stops the rest of the results, so no else if is applied. With a switch statement, you can do more things if you want. You just remove the break statement, like so. So let's say if case 10, okay, you could do something like that. If probably a lousy example, but there's also a default value. So let's say you have case equals 15. We're not going to get anything back. And then there's a default, which is if none of the cases are true. Usually you put that at the end. And you'll get the default value. So why would you use a switch instead of an if statement? In my opinion, it's a lot cleaner. It's a little more flexible. And most of the time when I do switch statements, I actually have a break after every case. Most of the time. Sometimes you don't, depending on what you're trying to do. But just getting familiar with some of these concepts will kind of refresh your memory later when you're programming. And I hope that helps. Good luck.